Hey friends, Greg and Stacy here with Kzoo Keto. A little bit of an abnormal Carbaholic video for you. Stacy will tell you why.
Because when I got up this morning, I didn't weigh myself normally, I guess. I weighed myself with my pajamas on and I had socks on, so it didn't read the things that it reads through your skin. And then I also forgot to do all the numbers and stuff when I came downstairs.
Right. So we had a late night last night.
Yeah.
Staying at home, doing nothing.
Well, I mean, I watched TV.
And I played video game with my son. So, I mean, we did our stuff, right? So, making the best of it in this whole new world. So, I didn't weigh myself this morning either.
I weighed myself. It's just not accurate.
We didn't do our test. We kind of spaced it. But we wanted to bring you guys a video anyway, because it's been a couple weeks since we put the last one out, where we were wishing you guys a Happy New Year. So, we're still 100% keto. Stacy's eating this keto company maple brown sugar keto hot breakfast stuff. We got this from Amazon. Is that what we got? So if you're an oatmeal person, you might give it a shot. I'm not, so I don't really like it, but
I never had grits before, but I imagine this would be more closer to like grits because it doesn't have the texture of oatmeal. But it's got a texture because it's got it's made with coconut flour, I believe, and then it also has psyllium husk in it, which always creates a texture. But in this case,
not one she necessarily enjoys.
No, in this case, it's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
And I like to add cinnamon to it. This is my second time doing it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to make. Throw it in the. So the first time I threw everything in a pan and brought it up to a boil. And this time I actually did the butter and water, brought it up to a boil, then put in the mix.
Is it better?
Mixed it up. I think so. I mean, it's really runny, so I think it's your preference. They say you can add more mix if you want to, but yesterday I added more coconut flour
if you want to.
because I didn't necessarily want to put more mix in it. I ended up doing like another 2 tablespoons, I think, of coconut flour, and belatedly realized I could have gotten the same effect with xanthan gum. So that is what I used today.
Yeah, looks like slop. Delicious.
I used a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, and then a whole lot of cinnamon, like more than I should have.
A whole lot of cinnamon.
Like
So,
I just went shake, shake.
shake, shake, shake. So here's the good news though. We're still keto. We're still doing the thing. I haven't really lost any weight. I haven't really been trying. I almost call it like a diet break. Still doing all keto stuff.
It's maintaining.
But just kind of like taking it easy. Like there's enough stress out. I'm not ready. Although I am kind of get to the point where I'm ready to double down again and stop doing a lot of the stuff that Stacy's been doing since June. I'm
kind of getting there. I've thought about telling you not to get the bread from Costco anymore.
So, yeah, but I mean...
Thought about it.
Nothing wrong with doing it. Like, it's just, if we want to see results, we have to push ourselves, right? I think that's the moral of everything, right? You know, if you want to improve, you want to see results, you have to push. You have to discipline yourself. You have to, do that. And we haven't. I haven't been doing my fasting. I mean, my weight hasn't gone up, so that's a win for me because I've been indulging in more chocolate than I probably should. Probably almost 5 to 7 times a week. Like, yeah. And I've been having, the bread and stuff. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting through January, I think, is the moral. I think February 1st.
Well, yeah. I mean, getting through January has been like my goal for work.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of goals that go along with just getting through January.
Yeah.
So adding extra stress to an already stressful time is hard. So I'm thinking, me personally, it's the 17th today. I got a daughter's birthday that's coming up that we can't celebrate. A son's birthday coming up that we can't celebrate like we normally do. So I think, keeping in mind all of the holiday stuff that we're not partaking in the same way we normally do, creates additional anxiety and stress, and this is my way of coping with it, right? Just not stressing about this food. February hits, I'm doubling down. I'm going to go back to my fasting schedule and all the other stuff that goes along with that. So having said that, we did do our numbers, I think, a couple weeks ago, and they're the same.
Pretty much.
They're the same.
I think I was like 0.2 on ketones and 80 something or 90 something on glucose and like 202 pounds.
So 2 years on keto, still eating keto, but not being strict.
No.
Not really keeping track of how many carbs we're having. All the foods we're having is still keto foods. Still trying to do the whole low carb thing, eating low carb tortillas, eating the Costco bread. It's still doable, guys. You're just not going to really lose weight unless it's like the very beginning of your keto journey. So,
or you might just lose it really slowly.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that, right?
Different people's bodies respond differently.
My body has gotten more adapted to fiber going through its system. So I no longer feel like I'm pooping clay, which Stacy, if I have too much fiber, I used to have this difficulty with the bathroom situation. So if
Thanks.
you have, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So that's good. That's good news. But it's also bad news, right? Because I want to get back to it.
This does have quite a bit of fiber in it.
Sugar, alcohols.
Also why Greg is not eating it.
No, actually, that's not why. Because at this point, I don't care. Although, wow, that is a lot of fiber. So 19 carbs total, 13 grams of dietary fiber, 3 grams of sugar, 2 grams of erythritol. So net carbs is...
It's 3.1, but I don't know how it really works out.
And that's per serving, which is... A cup. And how much slop you got there? That looks like it was over a cup.
It's about a cup. I mean, I put a cup of water in it plus the mix and the butter. A cup and a tablespoon because of the butter. I don't know.
I've been super lazy with my food.
Yep.
The best food choices I've made thus far is usually my omelets, which were my go-to, and my bulletproof coffee.
That's the thing. The other thing I've been thinking about is I need to get back to that. Like eggs, because when I did dip back down into the Wonderland, I had been eating a lot of eggs.
Yeah, and I eat eggs a lot anyway. It's just eggs on the toast, right? As opposed to eating by themselves. Pizza eggs. I just need to do that again, and we will. I'll definitely get there. But the fasting, I think, is the biggest thing for me because, again, I don't feel good. I don't feel bad. I feel good. I don't have any of the issues that I had. Right. So if this is your goal, is to getting to 200 pounds and managing your lifestyle at this point, this is totally doable. I've been doing this for a couple months now and haven't really gained any weight. Haven't really restricted myself majorly or anything. So, yeah. Just stay with my carbs. Done. The sugars, mostly the sugars. I've been having ZVS occasionally.
You have a different type of Zevia, though, that you've been using. We didn't talk about that.
I have? Oh, you're talking about ZipFizz.
Or not Zevia, ZipFizz.
I haven't really been using that lately, though. Just a minute! Yeah, so they have a non-caffeinated. So, if you guys have been following us for a little while, caffeine... So I suffer from pretty chronic anxiety. I was on medication for it at one point, depression, all that other stuff. Getting on keto, losing a whole bunch of weight, kind of got off of that. But with pandemic, struggles with life, work, changes, all that stuff, been a basket case. So getting better, getting adapted. Winter is usually the hardest for me. Golf was a savior, starting to get the family doing golf and going outside and doing stuff like that. That was key. Because I'm not normally an outdoorsy kind of guy. Just fact. But yeah, so anyway, had some issues with prostate, had some issues with all that stuff. And as a result of that, I cut out caffeine pretty much completely from my diet. And all those mysterious problems went away.
I think you realized that caffeine was also giving you heartburn too. A little over.
In the very beginning.
Not overdose, but we were drinking the bangs and you were having
yeah, so I did a heartburn video a long time ago, when we were still kind of going through the process of keto. I was feeling so much better with no GERD issues, no symptoms, and that issues, and then all of a sudden you know, having ZipFizz and then Bang and then coffee, like having all three of those, like boom, spike, GERD stuff, it's crazy. So cut back on that, and then I'm still drinking my daily coffee, but with stress and cortisol and having its caffeine spike the adrenals the way it does, it was just a lot. And so I cut pretty much. I'm not even caffeine. I don't drink caffeine anymore. Occasionally, if I'm like, I need the extra focus, or I need the. It's kind of like the alcohol thing, right? So I need the extra focus. I need the extra bump.
Caffeine gives you focus. I need to inject that crap.
Yeah. So you do that. You have to ZipFizz every day. So
I know.
Do that, and then all of a sudden, boom! Like it hits you like a truck. Just like now with drinking alcohol, you drink a little bit of alcohol, boom, and it hits you like a truck. So it's there if you need it. But back to this. So Stacey drinks ZipFizz every day, so she actually gets more caffeine than I do. And so these don't have any caffeine in them, but they do have zinc and vitamin C, which is kind of important right now in tight worlds.
That in it too.
Regular ZipFizz?
Regular ZipFizz does.
I think it has some. So anyway, these are decent, and if you're tired of drinking straight water, I haven't been drinking these that much, but zinc is really good for you right now. A lot of studies on that. But, yeah. So that's an option. And it's a less consistency. And they come in these like little packets. So, they're nice.
And I don't really dig that one either.
I'm not, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the flavor.
Because you don't like raspberries.
Yeah. It's so, like, it's okay. You don't like it? Why don't you like that? Because you don't get the caffeine, so you're like, I'm not used for that.
No, it's not even that. Like, I'd be fine if there was no caffeine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't be fine, but I'd be fine. Right. But, like, that berry flavor is a lot different from the regular berry flavor. The caffeinated berry flavor, I guess. I don't know. It's just...
They're a little different.
It's extremely watered down.
Yeah, which is probably why I can drink it and not be okay with it. Because the other berry flavor... So, anyway, yes. That's what I've been also having a little bit more antioxidants in my body, like berries. I've been having a few more berries. Just doing stuff. So, yeah. How are you guys doing? Are you guys surviving? You get any relatives? One of the cool things we got is I got 2 people at work I know that are doing keto now. So they're just starting New Year's resolutions. So I've been working, talking to them. They've been asking me a bunch of questions, doing a bunch of things, sharing their success stories, which is motivating me again, right? So they're like super excited. I'm like, oh yeah, here's all the stuff you need to do, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're super excited about it. My sister started doing it. My brother-in-law. She's got a smug look. You got nobody.
Nope.
Nobody that you know of that is doing it right now.
I mean, there's one girl at work that talked about doing it.
But you're not close enough to know if she's actually...
Well, she lives in Ohio, so, I mean, and she talked about doing it. She did it before, and I really haven't talked to her much in the last couple of months because I've been doing nothing but working at work lately.
Funny how that works.
I don't really have time to chat, right? Unfortunately.
Well, again, so you probably know somebody that's probably started as well. Let them know. Maybe they would find value in this channel. So refer them.
And refer them to our last video, which we'll put up here.
Left side. Yeah, that's it.
Up here.
Up there somewhere.
That has a load of before pictures, and then there are they're back and forth.
We also had that morbidly obese couple and the things. So I mean, that's also a good one. So
yeah, that was when we lost 100 pounds.
I think so. Yeah. So we're like 300, almost 300 together now.
250.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've lost 161 pounds. I think now.
Something, and I'm like 90-ish.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
90.
Like 250.
I go between like 90 and 95.
250. So it's a pretty big shocking change if this is you just turning in now and listening to us rant and talk about stuff. But
yeah, this is not a good first video.
That's what we said about the last one.
I haven't been. Although there were some people that was their first video on the last one.
And they went on back like the other ones.
They loved it. And I was like surprised.
So keto is great. It works, guys. It really, truly does. And even if you get into the mode and your funk and you're giving yourself permission to be in the funk, just plan your path out. That's what I'm doing. So Stacy's thinking about doing. It's one of those things that you just have to do. Even my coworker, he's like, I'm taking a diet break. I'm like, that's great. I've heard there's a lot of good success. I'm like, what does that mean? And he goes, I'm still eating the same foods. I'm just not really worrying about counting calories and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's a cool idea. He's like, but then I go into hard mode, and then it's like, okay, now I'm fasting, I'm eating these foods, I'm doing these things, and blah, blah, blah. Like, everything's planned, right? Right now, we're not in a plan mode. Right now, we're in the, I'm hungry, I'm going to go make some eggs mode. I'm going to put them on toast that I probably shouldn't eat, blah, 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 right? So, anyway, that's kind of the skinny on that. Mm-hmm. Skinny, get it? Because we're getting there?
Yeah, that's, no.
No? Okay.
But, like, I got it, but no.
Yeah. So,
You're dad, so.
Still working on, dad joke. Still working on my parents, trying to get them to embrace it. I feel like they would gain so much benefit, and I know you're working on yours too, but,
I mean, they are who they are, and they're kind of set in their ways, so.
Which isn't necessarily a good thing.
It's not. I'm not saying that that's whatever. I'm just saying that I can only do so much.
Yep, it's hard. Unless you're going to be preparing every meal for them.
Right.
It's kind of on them.
I have a hard time preparing my own meals right now.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, been doing more takeout than normal as well, which is...
Yeah, but we don't really do a whole lot anyway, though.
No. The takeout really consists of...
We did do Blaze
pizza. Yep, we did Blaze.
So,
because I was having a day, and I was like, okay, I'm not cooking. I'm just,
Yeah, and
pizza.
Yeah, and Blaze I found is always like affects me in the way that it makes my weight go up for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Which is why
I have been losing weight then. No.
Which is why when you asked about it, I was like, nah, I'm good. And then you're like, I already ordered it.
And I already ordered a pizza.
Crap.
And then we took our local chain store, Mexican, trying to support locally at least once a week. Because, restaurants are still closer in Michigan for dine-in stuff. So we try to do takeout. And what do you do takeout again today? Buffalo Wild Wings sounds pretty darn good. She'd probably like it if she could handle the bones. But yeah. So that's kind of our story, guys. We are planning. I know we say this every time, but we do have some recipe videos that she's worked. So Stacy, you work about 60 hours a week right now.
Probably between 55 and this last week was like I just calculated it was 64 and a half hours.
Yeah, 64 and a half. So that's where our time's going, guys. I'm trying to hide my head above the ground and waiting for the world to become a better place, whatever that might mean. She's working her ass off because that's how she kind of deals like. And she also has the rock collection, which, by the way, we should give you a picture of the altar of stone worship at Stacy's desk because that's where she's spending a lot of her overtime money. It's going right into her hobby, which is...
It's not a hobby, it's a collection.
It's both. And the excitement on her face when she sees a new stone show up is breathtaking. Yes, it's breathtaking. It's so nice to see her happy about something, right? And then it's about the stone that's showing up, and then she holds it like a baby for a little while. And then she places it somewhere, and she's really running out of room on her desk. I think... But I have to buy a bigger house.
I have that thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the thing. You had to have the thing that's still in there. No, it's not.
I don't have the stuff to clean it with.
Right. That's us, guys. That's as real as we can be. Not failing. Not necessarily succeeding. Just status quo for a little bit longer. And
paddling in the stream.
Yep, paddle in the stream. Once her work calms down, I guarantee we'll be back with some recipes, her cookies that she's offering. We have also some other things. The egg bite video that I've been meaning to do for 6 months that I need to do just so that I have those available. A lot of hard-boiled eggs in our fridge that I eat, and the egg bites things are pretty good. So anyway, anything else you want to talk about?
You had your egg bite, but I had a sort of like an egg bite thing that I'm kind of working on.
That was all right.
Huh?
That was all right.
Well, I need
Mine
to
are
try.
easy. You do it in the pressure cooker and you pop them out. And
I need to try it again. They're easy. But we can do egg bites two ways.
Two ways. Whoa. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for checking in. My ketones were like 0.2. Yours were like I think mine were 0.4. Yours were 0.2. Blood pressure is the same. And our glucose is the same. So, like, it's...
Everything's the same.
Status quo. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time.
Stay keto.
And we'll see you in the next video. Whenever that is.